Hey girlfriends, thank you so much for tuning in to the Tish Bullard channel. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that was difficult for me at the beginning of my career that scared me and even had me doubting myself. And that was simply the fear of having a lack of resources to do something big. Does that sound familiar to you? 10 years ago, I had no idea that I would be where I am now and where I'm headed because of what I had. What I had was basically nothing to jumpstart a business. I was married with one child, a college and master's degree under my belt, and a boatload of debt and a hidden passion. So, not too much to brag about, or let alone start anything. At the time, there were shows on television about wedding planners and all the fun that they had, or so I thought. I wanted to do that job so badly. I didn't know where to go to learn or meet other successful wedding planners, so I used those shows to inspire me and even grab any form of clues to the business from the 1 hour show. But what I did have was passion. Shortly after planning my wedding, I was asked by a family member to plan their wedding. Super excited to see if I could do it, I said yes. But wait, how could I do this? I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing. I wanted my passion to seep through my fears, and I wanted this wedding to turn out so great that others would seek me to help them with their own weddings. What I did have, above all, was passion. So I worked it out with my family member to let me practice on them. I borrowed a computer and stayed up late at night creating timelines, practicing on designing invitations and programs, and created documents that I could later save to a floppy disk. Remember, it's 10 years ago, that I could possibly use for future clients. Because I had to give the computer back, so I had to save my work. I convinced myself that I would just use what I had to get going. So I made wedding planning a part of my daily life. I read magazines, I stalked the blogs, I joined online wedding planner groups, and then I took a wedding planning course. I started to talk about what I was doing and loving on social media. Wow, we had social media back then. I stayed up late writing my goals, creating services that I could offer my future clients, and brainstorming business names. I used what I had, and at the same time, it was mainly my passion that I had. A few $1 notebooks, a flimsy binder, a borrowed computer, and this new thing back then, social media. Even when I was scared to step out in front of others, because I'm an introvert at her best, I did. I did it all while being scared. Is there anything that you would love to step from behind fear to do, but you fear making the first step because of a lack of resources? I want to tell you that success is in your hands. And if you want it bad enough, there is one thing that you need to do, and that's start. It's easy to blame our indecisiveness on a lack of resources, but that doesn't make it acceptable. Many times we say that we are waiting for a change in situation before beginning. Sounds familiar? There will never be the perfect time to start. Never. You will just have to suck it up, make a list of what needs to get done, and go for it. The first step is the most critical step, simply because that's the step to beginning. The act of beginning something is very powerful. What are you holding off on beginning? I encourage you to write the first page, create that vision board, schedule that meeting or important appointment, draft up your resume, contact a graphic designer, sign up for that class that you've been interested in taking, go to the bank and make a $20 deposit in your savings for your family vacation. Do something as long as you start. Mark Twain said, "The secret to getting ahead is getting started." Obstacles will definitely come your way, but you must know that they come to the successful and the unsuccessful. You won't be able to avoid them. Sorry, girlfriend. However, when you know what you're passionate about and won't stop until you see it through, you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way. Don't let the fear of obstacles stop you from starting. Colonel Sanders, you know who he is, was a retiree with a fried chicken recipe and a restaurant that was going broke. But he was so determined to see his vision through. Did you know that he drove around the country sleeping in his car and knocking on doors trying to promote his fried chicken recipe to make his dream a reality? Gosh, I wish he knocked on my door. Talk about obstacles. He was rejected 1,009 times until someone finally said yes. And that was the start of the million-dollar empire we know as KFC. J.K. Rowling, who is the author of the Harry Potter book series, began writing while she was on welfare and by incorporating some of the darkest elements of her own life into her novels. She focused in on her natural talent and committed to keep going no matter what. Let me ask you this. Is there something that you're wanting to do, but you are waiting for the perfect time to line up in order for you to start? Okay. Try this. Think about what it is you really want to do or see happen in your life over the next 30, 60, or 90 days and write it down. Even if it's scary to think about, just do it. Then I want you to make a list of your excuses. Go ahead, get them out of your head or onto paper so that they won't keep tripping you up. After you write down the excuses as to why you feel that you can't get this big goal done, make a new and fresh list of what you really need to do to make this big, beautiful thing happen. Don't leave any detail off of your list. For instance, if you want to enroll in a course, think of everything you need to do from visiting the website, making note of the department contact, finding out what days the course will be held, determine if it will be online or in person, and so on. And I'd suggest whatever you're deciding to do, let the thought of cost be the last thing on your list. Sometimes we immediately ditch our big dreams because of the fear and thought of cost. If I knew what my overhead would be now in my business back when I got started, I would have probably said never mind to any of this. Focus in on your natural talents and find ways to get it out there. If you don't do anything else, win over your fear of starting with information. Immerse yourself in gaining as much information about your goal, talent, or passion. Watch videos, read books, attend workshops, listen to trainings on the area in which you want to succeed, and then create your action plan to what? Start. Include a date of completion and find an accountability girlfriend that can be there for you to push you. I want you to know that I believe that you can start living the life that you love beginning today. You have the power to choose when you will start and how big and full your life will be. I pray that you enjoyed this video and found the information very helpful. Before we leave each other, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment below if you like. I would love to hear from you. Want to leave me an email? Sure you can. My email address is hello@tishbullard.com. You can also find me on Instagram at I am Tish Bullard and my business page at Tish Bullard Events. And I'm also on Facebook at /Tish Bullard Events. Are you on Snapchat? I am. So find me over there on Snapchat by looking for The Planning Diva. And to get notified of new videos, don't forget to subscribe here before you leave and also through your email. Go to www.tishbullard.com and join my email list. I'll send weekly or bi-weekly notes to you to make you happy, inspire some creativity, and encourage you to design and live the life that you love. I'll list the links all below. Thank you again for taking the time to watch or listen. Until next time, design and live the life that you love. Bye, girlfriends.